Hello, this is Crimex, and you are welcome back to watching episode 8 of this series called DefineCraft. So, just to recap, in last episode, we have built a farm, and mainly we have also built a villager breeder, what is right behind me. That is just to recap, and if you guys did not watch that video, I recommend you watch that one first before you watch this one, because then you won't know what is going on. Anyways, ye guys, we have been very busy people. So, what do we have done since last episode? I'm not sure if I showed, but this pathway has been filled in. A few trees have grown, but besides those trees, we have built this. Kabam! There we go. And you might be wondering, well, Crimex, what on earth is this building right behind you? Well, let me tell you, look at my hand. What am I holding? Look at my inventory. What's in my inventory? Exactly. It is a villager breeder. Yay! And I think there is a villager up there on the balcony chilling out. I think it's a cleric that needs to get moved to his profession. But besides that though, I want to also show you guys over here what we have put in. So obviously besides the farm, there is a little bit of a batting here, which I'll explain. So we just have a friend, ExoPulse, wanted some good ideology, where we made a little bit of a deal that I needed obviously some brewing stands, but without blaze rods you can't make brewing stands, right? Unless you actually find them. Oh geez, I just actually placed one down. Well, that's unfortunate. So anyways, back to what I was saying. So we did a deal with him where I needed blaze rods, and obviously I don't want to go exploring right now. I don't have time for exploring the nether, trying to find a nether fortress, killing blazes, going the entire way back. Oh my god, that would be a struggle. So what we have intended to do is that I apparently thought, or I think maybe someone else has told me, right? I'm pretty sure it was VYDE that told me that I asked him if he was in a nether fortress yet, and he's like, nope, I wasn't. But guess what, ExoPulse was. So therefore I knew he was already in one and explored one. So then obviously I just asked him if he had any blaze rods to spare which I could use, and therefore by that I gave him a 30-minute pass to my XP smelter. That's that concluded. So anyways, back to this magical humongous thing I built right here. Well, if I give you a little view from the outside here, it's just a normal kind of medieval build style here, with some nice wool, with the top bigger than the bottom, as in the medieval styles. And pretty much now also you can see these kind of buildings in the UK, or this kind of style in the UK, in the cities, where they have kind of workplaces at the bottom, which we might design, I'm not sure yet. So like a restaurant or some kind of shop or something. And then obviously at the top, that's where they live, those people, right? So this is kind of the style I wanted to go with. And obviously we got some nice fence posts in here with some nice logs, add a bit of structure in it here and there. This is just for kind of purposes of me getting some storage done. I had nowhere else to put it on the start when I was building this. And obviously we've got some berry bushes, some sugarcane there in the back, all nicely and completed. Well, I would probably lie if I said completed, because it is nowhere close to completed. By the way, this is how you enter in. So if we continue up here, we enter in this way, and as you can see, we have made a ton of progress. Well, you also might be wondering, well, what are these things called? Well, they're just called villager shells, to be honest with you. So, as I will probably show you right here, I'll just probably run through this entire mansion real quick, show you where is where and what is how, work, whatever, you know what I mean. Well, then I'll just show you, and yeah, then I'll show you where all the professions are. So obviously, this being the front entrance, I just have it blocked off just for the time being. It's a temporary thing, it's not permanent. It will eventually look better once every single villager is in a cell. Anyways, if we continue on here, do not worry about the beds, do not worry about the railing, do not worry about anything. We're going up right here. There we go, we're up already. And in here we got another partition, as you can see. So this is the second floor of our villager trading hall. And yes, well, these beds will eventually also get moved because they take up a lot of space, and let's be honest here, they are not nice. Obviously we got some more storage in here as well. So let me just quickly eat, I guess, disruptions. So if we continue down here, the part outside where we got melons is basically how we collect those melons. And if we continue into here, not every single villager you see here is actually fully upgraded. That's just because I put them in here recently, but eventually we'll get them to their max level where we will have, I think it's a golden carrot as the max trade. And obviously I can think you also have a glistering melon or something. Yeah, here you have a glistering melon, as you can see. Anyways, going into my inventory, my shovel has obviously mending, which I got recently as well from another guy that is right over here. But what I need to do is obviously mend up the shovel while I can. So I'll go up to this villager, pressing on him, holding my shovel in my hands. I will press on him, there we go, and now we're gonna start trading as much as we can. So there we go, he is now absolutely full out. So we'll go to this guy right here, and this guy can trade us the rest. There we go, and our shovel has not mended up fully, but has mended up a little bit. And guess what they say in Little, right? Every little helps. That is very true. So yeah, besides that, I don't want to put in and look into every single villager's trading inventory because that would actually take so long. Also, I don't think it's called an inventory, I think it's called a interface, or I think something like that. So yeah, anyways, with these armors, hopefully we will have one pair of a cap, basically, or helmet I think it's called, one pair of an chest plate, then some leggings, and then some boots right here. Then obviously we got some tool and weaponsmiths. So I think these are the, what are these? Are these the weaponsmiths, right? Okay, so for the weaponsmiths, we will have a sword trade, an axe trade, a shovel trade, and a, what else is there? Hold on. A sword, an axe, a shovel, and a pickaxe trade, hopefully. So whenever we die critically, that we lose all our armor, we will obviously just come up here and mend it all quick. So moving on to this part here, this is also farmers for, as you can see, emeralds. And as you can see, oh, thank you ExoPulse, so that is okay. Totally fine with that, dude. And if we go over here, we got a mending villager, which I clicked off by accident. I don't know what this trade is. This is Unbreaking 1. Okay, that's not too important. We got a mending trade, and we got a protection 4 trade. We got a feather falling 4 trade. We want to get as much as good books as possible. Anyways, if we go down here, I just want to really quickly show you this before I spend half the episode showing here. So obviously these are the cartographers. We will have 5 of these over here whenever we need to explore for maps and, oh, you know, no, I don't think ruins, I think it is woodland mansions if I'm correct, and also the big massive structures that are underneath the water. I forget what they are called though. Anyways, moving back to here, we got some smoker guys, so I think they're called butchers, right? Yeah, so we all just upgrade them so they won't change their profession, so they'll always stay butchers for the rest of their life, won't they? Good man. And yeah, I don't know, we just kind of had space, so we put them in here. I'm not sure if we will ever use them, but yeah, I guess it's nice and handy to have at least something here. Over here we got some stonemasons. I reckon I will be using them for a good bit. And then over here, which is not yet finished, we gotta put in some clerics. That's why I have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 brewing stands on my hotbar to put them in. So that is pretty much it capped up for this. We just go here onto the balcony, and over here we can actually have a nice overview view of what is actually here. So yeah, this is pretty nice. And by the way, I absolutely love the way this is turning out, these kind of like spruce and like kind of dark oak kind of combinement into one each other. I think that's really amazing how this, geez, my face is too close, how this is all combined together, and the leaves and the white wool and the white glass, everything is just coming nicely together, my dudes. But besides this house itself, we actually also need to pretty much light up this farm area, because as you can see, there's a creeper in the back right there. What eventually he's gonna do is trample my crops. I think that's a word, I'm not sure. Basically, he's gonna turn that, you know, kind of farmland into dirt, which we do not want. And then the melons and the pumpkins all overgrow everywhere. So we're probably just gonna have to put something over them at least. And anyways, here is a little bit of a slime block. It's not an elevator, it's probably just a pusher, and it works really amazing. I think this is one of my favorite features I've built so far. It's nice and fun to use. So if we go over here, obviously press this button, powered by redstone, and bam, right up. Yee, very funny. This is such a good design. It's so simple, but it works so great. Oh my goodness. It works so great, honestly. Like just the way it just combines together, it's just fantastic. Why am I always going so close to my face? I need to learn how to walk in Minecraft. That's one thing. I know how to do stuff with villagers. I know how to do farms. But yeah, this little bambino can't walk, right, can he? Anyways, though, for now, I think that this trading hall is nearly finished. I'm not going to say it is, because obviously it's not. But we are probably going to go into a finish. It's just a slash organizing time lapse. So I think that has been enough talking. And yeah, let's just hit super fast build mode and let's go do some organizing. Hopefully ye did enjoy that gorgeous time lapse, which by the way took quite a bit to make, so I would really appreciate it if ye left a like on this video. But anyways, I am not gonna talk for another 5 minutes on first person like I did last time, because I just think it's not really necessary. I'll probably just show you around in first person, so let's do it. So as you can see right here, so obviously we added this kind of nice pathway. It goes all around. It's not done yet. We need a little bit more over here, some bricks here and there. I think there's some terracotta blocks here which we got as clay from the river and then we smelted it. Then obviously some, I think it's granite and some bricks. These are slabs actually. If I go here, see they're slabs. There we go. And yeah, just nice andesite and whatever. Then obviously some bushes for surroundings and some berry bushes as well. Oh, this one's not growing. Okay, that's unfortunate. And yeah, this is a little bit of a problem here, so I gotta get this sorted. The villager access point here still works. Once again, another few blocks to finish and putting in. And also right here, you might be wondering, well, what is this? Well, you actually maybe got it right if you have thought of it, maybe, I'm not sure. But at nighttime, mobs spawn here, obviously. And whenever these mobs spawn, they tend to jump around on these melons or pumpkins or whatever, and then they tend to trample the land. So when they jump back here, so let me just like give you an example. So let's just say I break this, and I'm a mob, right? So I just jump here, and bam, trampled land. So yeah, I told myself, well, if we just add something above it, then that's going to completely prevent it, right? So yeah, I don't think we should have any more complications with trampled land. Yeah. How has that block already grown into grass? Oh geez, well I will repair that later, don't you worry, guys with OCD, oh dear. Honestly, promise, I will fix it. I will. I if I see something that's not perfect, then I have to fix it. Come on, like just look around yourself, dude. Like, can you not see? I will fix it, okay? Anyways, besides that though, if we continue going on here, we actually added some torches to light stuff up also once again, just to kind of prevent the entire mob thing here. So we don't want like, a lot of log lag. What I just call it log, whatever. Basically, so because in the villager breeder here, there's obviously two villagers and there can be more down there, and over there in that villager house, trading hall, whatever, obviously it's another problem. There is like 58 villagers in there already, and there's another village nearby, and there's caves underneath. So the last thing we want here is more mobs, which obviously stands for more lag, in case you didn't know why we don't want more mobs in here. So then moving on to our villager breeder part right here, we have added also a nice pathway here. This is also still not finished. I gotta figure out a way how to transport the villagers, because maybe I don't want to always, break these like this hedge and stuff. So yeah, and also once again, this has to be finished. I don't even know why I'm showing you this when it's not finished, but at least you got a fair point of what I have been up to. And once again, this needs some distortion and a little bit of mixing, like we got right here in front of this house. I just want it to be kind of nicely joined up, don't have like a straight line here and then, a straight line of, this kind of grayish materials and then, a straight line of basically bricky materials right here. So I do not want that to happen though. And we've actually also added a little bit of an entrance here. Yes, I know I did just say that I don't want mobs coming in, but obviously we also have to get out. So in case we wanted to get out, and we do not have an elytra, which we do not yet have, and I am not going to say when we're getting the elytra, I'm not entirely sure when, but I'll give you a little bit of a clue that I do want to enjoy the vanilla game on foot and do a little bit of progress before we get the elytra, because everything gets easy with the elytra, flying around, especially transportation, and we got a little bit, play up our game. Maybe we'll get it in, probably, I don't want to say numbers here, but it's definitely not going to be in the following next episodes, let me tell you that. But oof. Now, the main problem that I wanted to point out, and I will point out right now with this building here, is that if we enter here, as you can see, also before I actually show you the problem, I'm gonna have to put my render distance down to like 5, because we're in a building first of all, and second of all, for some reason it's laggy. Once again, we got a lot of entities around here, so I'm gonna put my render distance down. Okay, render distance is on 6 chunks. Hopefully it won't be as framey and it will be a little bit of a better quality for you guys. So, moving on here. Obviously, we got some cartographers, we got some, I think, clerics, that's what they are. Then we got some stonemasons, we got some butchers. Then going up here onto the second floor, we got some, I think it's armorers, then farmers, obviously librarians, and right over here, toolsmiths and weaponsmiths. So we are pretty much 100% sorted with our villager trading hall. Yeah, except not really. Because if I go, for example, right here, okay, actually, you know what? Let me get some melons. So if I go into this chest right here, I think I have some melons. Okay, pumpkins, we don't have enough. I have a stack of melons, right? You can see that. We have a stack of melons. And right here, if I go to this guy, look at this. Blocked. I can't trade with him. And neither this guy, 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 this guy. I cannot trade with any of these traders, which is very unfortunate because how are we meant to get emeralds, right? We've basically spent a week and a half on designing this, which, by the way, I am really proud of. This actually really came out well. And, you know, once again, we changed up the floors on the bottom and the first floor. I think this is the second floor, or is this called the. No, like, is the floor underneath me called the first floor, or is it called the ground floor and this is the first floor? I don't really know. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I guess if you know in the comments, then yeah, write it down. But anyways, back to the villagers before I get distracted once again. I think somewhere over here we have one villager that actually wants to trade with us and actually refreshes his trade so we can actually, you know, trade more and get more emeralds. I'm not sure which one it is though. It's not this one, okay. Well, it's one of the farmers. And the problem with that is that they can't actually access their own professions, and I think there's a bug in Bedrock. I'm not sure if this is just me, but basically, what I'm trying to say is that I feel like, for example, this villager could be linked to this composter, and this villager could be linked to this composter. This villager could be linked to this composter. This villager can be linked to this composter, if you know what I mean. So they might not always be linked to what is right ahead of them, which is a shame. And then also, I don't think they can properly see their bed and access their bed, so I don't really know what to do now. And in my previous designs, I didn't really bother putting villagers into their individual cells, which obviously makes it way easier, reduces, you know, entity movement and entity lag, obviously, so makes the game a whole lot smoother. But for trading, I think I might have to just release them and just make them wander around just to make it a little bit better. I know it might be a stupid idea and it's not as easy to get around, and yes, I know it took a very long time to put those villagers in, probably maybe 3 days worth if now I'm not correctly mistaken, but we will probably have to do it because just reorganizing these villagers and putting them in correctly, I don't even know if it's going to work. And if we would want to do that, we would have to put them into unloaded chunks and, you know, just make them go far away. And OMG, this episode is already coming out late if you're watching at this time of release. So I think once again we're probably just going to release them and we will just probably let them go over in this area. I mean, they have a nice balcony, they have a nice first floor, second floor, nice staircase, nice leaves they can wander around, and they can obviously sleep as well. So I think that's going to be really nice to do. Well, anyways, though, I will have to end this episode for today because once again we have done a ton of progress. As you can see, just look at the sheer amount of stuff we've added. We've added leaves, and as Corrales says from their Hermitcraft server, bushes, exactly. So these are really cool. Also, I think he says bushes, but whatever. And yeah, oh, there's a witch here. And by the way, this is okay. Well, now obviously the bow is loading, but there's a glitch where basically my bow wasn't for some reason. But yeah, hopefully you guys once again did enjoy this episode. and I will see you in the next one. So bye bye.